Honeywell Cinema Club, episode 10. Take one.
Hey guys, welcome back to Honeywell Cinema Club. I'm Brynna.
And I'm Emma. And today, forgot I was taking the lead. Today we're just going to be talking about like different roles in film and why they're important.
Boom.
To make good art.
That part.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm ready.
I'm not used to taking the lead on things.
It's different. It's different.
I brought this topic up to Brynna really right before we shot all this because I keep seeing things online about like the made for Hulu effect. Love Hulu. But there's this trend going on in movies and in TV shows right now that's like, I don't want to say like flat color, but there's no like depth, which I know you don't want to hear that word after us recreating
That was
your
crazy
scene.
on Nosferatu.
And we should talk about that. But
we should. Depth.
There's not a lot of depth in film right now. I feel like you see it in really big films like Wuthering Heights.
Boom.
And just more like big budget films that have like DPs and grips and gaffs who have been in the industry a long time. But I feel like a lot of projects right now that have newer filmmakers, there's this obsession with like realism right now that I'm not a fan of. And the thing that kind of brought this up, what made me think about it, was the trailer for The Devil Wears Prada 2 just came out. And everyone was showing like stills between the difference of the first one and the second one
I haven't
visually.
seen that.
Oh my god, I wonder if I could bring it up right now. But
I can level you.
But it's like there are no lamps and like
Not a single lamp.
in like Miranda's office, and like everything's just like sunlight, and everything is like white walls, and like there's no warmth, and there's no like dimension.
There's nothing
depth.
interesting to look at.
There's nothing interesting to look at because everyone wants it to be like almost like a documentary. You see? And it's like they look great, but when you look back at old films, like there used to be this type of like,
there's life to it, you know?
Yes. And I'm like, the whole point of movies and art is to make you feel comfortable either with life and what's going on right now and help you process, or it's to really take you out of it and put you into a different world so you don't have to think about what's going on right now.
Like escapism.
It's escapism, and it doesn't have to be that it's like we were talking about like
fantasy
superhero
world,
movies.
you know.
But cinema is so special because it like shows you a side of life that you don't see with your own eyes. Like you get to, it's like makeup to me. Movies are like makeup. Like you're just enhancing what's already there. It's not that you're trying to like change it and make it something that it's not. But also, why are we trying to do no makeup in movies?
Yeah, even unless we're doing Pride and Prejudice where they were using beats apparently for blush, which
is great but cute, but also like when you're filming period pieces, like they're making up for that in Pride and Prejudice with lighting and different cinematography techniques, which brings up, I was watching someone talk about this and was posting like the differences in the stills, and the caption was like, we need more gaffers. To explain what that is, there are a lot of different jobs in the industry on film sets. It's not just like director, cinematographer, audio. That's it. Like when you actually sit down and watch a movie and the credit roll, there's like a million jobs that just, even like a small indie feature, hundreds of people work on those movies. And one of the most important roles is a gaffer. And your gaffer works hand in hand with your DP, your director of photography, your cinematographer, to make the lighting for the project.
they're the ones that get it done.
Like the DP will be like, this is what I want to see. And I want warm tones here, cool tones there. And like it really helps a lot when your cinematographer has been a gaffer, because then they can like actually communicate really what they want and how to make that happen quicker. But your gaffer is someone who like hears that, has seen like the stills that kind of match your vibe, and goes, I'm gonna make that happen for you. Your gaffers are your best friends. Your gaffers you should treat like royalty.
Well. Yes.
And I feel like a lot of gaffers now are just obsessed with like, I don't want to say, almost like no shadows, like wanting things to be, hey buddy,
Boonifer. Boon appearance.
He's looking into the light.
Oh, he is.
Oh, hey.
I'm scared.
Anyway, but I feel like gaffers are so important, and I'm so curious as to like why this shift has happened. Something like when I'm watching like Severance, it makes sense to have that kind of like,
I was literally gonna bring this up.
like flat, like not even like flat, but like
the stark walls. It's literally minimalism.
But it's important to that story.
And it's not even that the flat look. Like there is like hues and tints, and then like the red lights when it comes on, and when there's flashes of green, like the nature that comes through. And also, it tells a story. When
you go to like their life side,
exactly,
it's such a like stark difference.
Like it's a storytelling element, and it's not. It's just a band-aid over something much worse afoot.
Yeah. So I wanted to bring that up because it's like, I feel like sometimes people look back at old movies, you know, I just was telling Brynna that I've been rewatching some of my old favorite movies from when I was a kid. And so I watched like all of Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man movies.
Fire.
And I watched all of Christian Bale's Batman movies. And I feel like those are great, yes, because of the actor and the writing and just like the stories in general. But the way that they were shot, the camera movements, but also the lighting and the color, it's not solely just because of like the camera you're using. It's not just because we shot on film.
Yeah.
It's your gaffer. It's your lighting that you're bringing to this. And it's those older movies shot in Technicolor, which is like a totally different conversation about like what that is.
I just was learning about what that is and why we
I've
don't
been
have
doing
that.
a deep dive on Technicolor too. But movies are supposed to like, I don't know, it's supposed to be like an immersive world. And I feel like in a time where I feel like we need something to latch onto, escapism,
not the like bleak reality.
Like I got into Smallville for the first time last year. And the first, I think, 5 seasons are, I think we're fully produced by like Warner Bros. And I love watching those first 5 seasons. It's like very, the Talkville podcast, which is with Michael and Tom Welling, Michael Rosenbaum, and who played Lex and Clark. But they talked about how like the first 5 seasons were Warner Bros. And they talk about how like it gets a little bit tiring having like the Freak of the Week like storylines and stuff. But I loved it because it was so creative and it's so like comic book. Like it's a little cheesy, but that's
fun.
That's what I liked about it. And I liked all the different colors and how I felt like I was in a comic book world. Like watching Clark be on Red Kryptonite, I was like, this is not going to happen on my normal Tuesday.
True.
But in the world of Smallville, it was so cool just to like have all these colors pop while he's going through this edgy era, you know? But then you watch seasons 6 through 10, and there's an element of that like comic book pop that you lost when it switched over to the CW. And it's like I was talking about the hospital. The hospital is like the main thing to me. If you're not the Pit,
Yeah, it does not to be super bleak,
why
accurate.
Is everything so
white?
Everyone's so obsessed with like realism. Like the hospital used to be like purple and have like a checkered floor. Like it looked like it was out of a comic book. And then you get to the later seasons and it's like fluorescent lighting, white walls, white ceiling, white floor. And I'm like, this is like the hospital in my town, which doesn't make me feel more immersed. It makes me feel like what am I watching?
Smallville, you know.
Like I'm not in Smallville anymore. I'm in Atlanta. Like,
and it's so funny, even specifically superheroes, but even Superman. Like Man of Steel faced a lot of criticism about that because they went for like a realism cinematography standpoint.
Yes, and
people
I love
don't
that.
People don't love it though.
Yeah.
People don't love it, but I mean, obviously people do. But that was a huge critique, and that's a big reason why people love the new Superman, because it is like comic book and fresh and alive, and there's so much with the writing and the acting again, but the colors, and it's like Superman flying and saving a squirrel, and in Man of Steel it's just so bleak, and it can work, and people loved it too, but that was a big criticism. It's like, this is supposed to be an escape, like why is it so gray? I love
having seriousness in superhero movies sometimes, but it's like I would not watch a full like 3-movie series in that format. And it's a big reason why I've always been more of a Marvel girly versus like a DC person.
Yeah.
Because DC for a long time tried to be like super edgy.
Yeah.
And I was like, this is why it's not clicking. But their TV shows weren't like that.
They weren't. Like The Flash.
I love The Flash. I love Arrow. I love Supergirl.
Yep.
But it's because there was color and life in those.
And it was just so silly and fun.
But it's like the storyline still did good. Like I still like was on the verge of tears when like Barry's going through something hard, you know? But it's because those actors and that writing make up for it. But you're in a superhero movie, like the color should pop, you know? It should feel like I'm in a comic book world. And which is why I always loved Marvel, because I felt like the colors were always so saturated, and it felt like these characters were... It's ultimately up to the actor to make those characters feel serious.
Yeah.
Like, that's why there was something that David Cornswet said about... People were talking about, oh, I can't believe you had him in, like, the underwear.
The spandex, yeah.
You know?
Or not the like the... What are they called?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
The boxers.
Yeah, it's like not trousers.
The briefs. The briefs.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Yeah, the little triangle bikini thing.
Yeah, and he was talking about how, like, kind of the whole point of that is Superman is this person who's, like, basically almost invincible. And that can be really scary to people who are human and have absolutely no strength in comparison. So he's, like, wearing these briefs because it makes people feel more at ease.
Yeah, it's, like, approachable, safe. Yes,
it's like, oh, I'm just like a silly, goofy guy. Like, you can trust me to, like, take care of you, you know? And so I love the cinematography in Superman, and David Cornswet's Superman. Yeah. Like, I love how full of life that film is.
Like Lois's purple outfits too, like the wardrobe that plays into it. Like,
and I love that scene of them in the beginning when they're like in the apartment.
Yes, their apartment is so full of life. It's lived in. It's not sterile walls.
PD, production design, and gaffers are like...
That's what makes it feel alive, I think.
Yes.
Now I'm thinking about it more.
Because white walls too. You know I have such a frustration with white walls. Because
this is everything that was wrong with that scene that we were doing.
Yes. So me and Brynna, we did this thing in college. It was for a class where I had to recreate a scene for like a cinematography class. And me and my like team group of people did a scene from Scream.
And Scream 6, 5, 6.
Yeah, Scream, I think 5 or something. 4? I don't know. 5. With Jenna Ortega. And Brynna was our lead.
Clearly I'm Jenna Ortega, of course.
And it did really well. It's got like 60,000 views. Ooh, crazy. Who said that? But we wanted to start doing stuff like that again and posting on Honeywell, and like to kind of get back in, for one reason, to show on reels and for acting, but also for me to be able to practice with camera and lighting and just practice as filmmakers and shoot things and be creative. And so Brynna wanted to do the scene from Nosferatu,
my beloved,
and I was like really in the mood to shoot something one day, and so I was like, we're just gonna make it work in my apartment.
She was like, what can we do right now? And I was like, I can do this monologue. If you give me like an hour.
I kind of had a general idea of where we could shoot it in my apartment, but I didn't want it to be like flat, and I didn't want you to see like my doors, and like my whole apartment is white.
It's like modern, clearly. Nosferatu's not.
Yes. And that's something when you notice in films, you can't unsee it. Like that's why PD is so important, because like when you look at their apartment in Superman, it's like deep, like chestnut brown, like lining, like walls, and then you have like I think a dark blue paint or whatever. But like, and then the furniture is kind of all dark. Like, it's so important about making those choices about what your set looks like, because how the lighting fills in those spaces is going to change everything about the mood of that scene. And so it was so difficult for that because I have all white walls, and I was like, I'm just trying to give it some depth, and I don't know how to explain other by saying depth. And Brynna was like, if I hear depth one more time, I'm gonna like
I don't know how to help you, I'm sorry.
And I was just like, I'm such a like, I process things by talking out loud. And so I was just like manic walking around my apartment.
The depth. And I was like, oh my God, she's going to lose it.
And then I knew what it was going to be. I was just trying to find any other thing than using that. And I used my towel rack in my bathroom as like a bookshelf. And when you watch the video, you can't even freaking see it.
It's so crazy because looking at the two like side by side, it looks so perfect, and I'm like, no one knows what Emma went through to get it to look like. I was the only witness, and it was scary. It was really, really terrifying.
Well, because it's also like, I don't know, I just don't like putting anything out there unless I know it's like I really tried. And we really could have just had you sitting against a white wall, and it probably would have been fine. But
no, it turned out really good. I'm very happy with it.
And I also ended up color grading it some, so those shadows were a lot deeper, had a lot more depth. So when I was looking on the monitor, I could see a lot more over there, and I was trying not to see a lot more over there, and that's what was stressing me out. And I don't have like flags or silks or all these things to help at home, so I was like holding up a jacket, held up my Shawn Mendes poster as like a flag. And
she literally was holding up the Shawn Mendes.
I was like,
and it worked. And it worked.
It worked. So thank you, Shawn.
Thank you, Shawn.
Hey, I mentioned Shawn twice.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Dang.
But yeah, I think it's really important, and I think if you're somebody who is looking into filmmaking and like really wants to, especially if you're a solo filmmaker and you're really trying to figure out like how to make these scenes look good and how to like give strong intentional shadows, like look into being a gaffer and look into getting on like grip and electric on set and learning how to create that depth.
There's a job for everyone.
There's a job for everyone.
Anything you feel passionate about, like, oh, I think I could do something like in this area, they have it on a film set.
Yeah, and we talked about this, but I'm going through this right now, like trying to get on more film sets in Nashville. And I have a lot of friends who do it full time as freelance, and they're like, honestly, just like cold email, which is really scary, but like the worst thing they can do is say no.
The worst they can do is not say anything.
Or say no.
So it's so easy. It is scary. It's scary to reach out, but you have to be like, it's not. And just full send. You have to full send.
But there's so many different departments. Like you can work, if your dream is to be a director, like even Disney has like, so because I love stalking the Percy Jackson IMDb page, Disney has like more levels to crew than I've seen other places have. Mm-hmm. So you have like director, and you have first assistant director, second assistant director. Both have different roles. For kind of an overview, like first assistant director is kind of really in charge of like making sure everybody's on schedule.
Yep.
And you're like kind of director's right hand man, but you're kind of also the communicator between director and cinematographer.
Yep.
And like keeping a watchful eye over all of set. It's a very like fast moving.
Yeah, you're doing a lot. You're tracking a lot on that job.
Second assistant director is kind of like assisting first AD, but also if you have any background talent, they're usually in charge of like coordinating that. And like there's a lot of different things for second AD that they do that kind of assist everyone in talent, mainly on set. But Disney also has like assistant director trainees.
That's so
So
cool.
people who are like super new, and I don't know exactly what that entails, but it really excites me.
It is exciting. They're making these new roles.
Yes, to like for people who are fresh on set to really just like observe and be there
and heralding the new generation of directors.
And I love that so much. But they also have it for like they have it for camera department too, and I'm like, that is so insanely cool. But my biggest like advice would be to just go to your favorite TV show, favorite movie on IMDb and look at the crew list.
Mm-hmm.
And like if you're like, I don't know what this is, what is script supervisor? Google it. Script supervisor is actually one of my favorite roles on set that is so underrated and so important to a set. Your script supervisor will literally sit at the monitor next to the director and has like a workbook and keeps track of basically what's happening in every shot for the whole film. And they are taking notes. Any type of note that could help the editor in post-production later. And it's like, oh, we heard a plane in this
take two.
In take two, there was a plane that went overhead. Or, hey, we forgot to move that Starbucks cup.
I was literally going to use that example.
I knew that was going to go in.
Our director really liked this performance on this take.
Director loved that one. Take. So, yeah, and it's so important. They're also in charge of like watching continuity. So if you're somebody who has like cigarettes or candles in a scene, the script supervisor will literally pay attention to like, oh, we've been shooting this for 3 hours. The candle was much taller when we started, so we need to bring in fresh candles to keep it the same level, because really the scene is only over 5 minutes.
Exactly.
You know, so, and it's also, I don't know if this is like the same on feature films, but on short films, the script supervisor is also in charge of like, if an actor forgets a line and they call line, the script supervisor is the one to call out the line. Because a lot of the times the director won't have like the script like right next to them. It's not the director's job to like call out your line. No,
I can't even imagine that.
Yeah.
That's not their job.
But there's so many different types of jobs. And I wanted to bring up gaffers because I feel like they don't get talked about.
We need gaffers. We need the gaffer love too.
Yeah.
No, it is such a good role, and that does just bring so much life to film that we love to see.
Yeah.
But I love that. I love bringing that up. That's so good.
Yeah.
In other like filmmaking news, I have something big to report. So there's this guy. His name is Brandon Sanderson.
Oh yeah.
And I've spoken to you about him before, but I'm gonna refresh your memory.
Okay.
So Brandon Sanderson is the new George R.R. Martin of our generation. So he was the writer of Game of Thrones.
Okay.
And you probably know about the tea about like it takes him 20 years to write one book, and he's like low genuinely on his deathbed, and like the last like finale or the latest book is not out yet, and he's like, if I die, that's it. Like no one will finish writing it. No one will know the ending. Like my grandson or someone doesn't know the ending. And so he just like very slow pace. Like it pains him to write, even though he's like one of the most famous like authors ever.
Interesting.
On the flip side of that, our generation's like new challenger that approaches is Brandon Sanderson, and he turns out like 20 books a year. And he just like
I
insane.
do remember you telling me about this guy now.
Yeah, so he is so good, and he's very well known. He's blown up over the past few years, like blown up. He's big into fantasy writing. And this is very interesting for us because we both said and surprised each other in this new year with our new goals that we want to start writing our very first novels this year. And with those novels, we obviously would hope for film, TV adaptations of that. So it's very important to like stay up to date with what's happening in the world and how that kind of works and everything. And Brandon Sanderson just made like the craziest deal ever for book adaptations. So basically, he's been going to meetings and he's pitched these same stories a few times to Hollywood people, like streaming services, whatever it is. And every time it's like, oh, okay, thank you. No, thank you. It never worked. It was never right. It was never right. And you can tell Brandon really cares. Like, he's like, I will be taking what I like. It has to be worth it. It has to be a deal that's really good. He finally went like to Hollywood with like the execs of Netflix, Apple, Amazon, Hulu, everyone pitched it. Everyone wanted it because they finally realized how big this is. They were just like ignorant, not realizing how big this
was. It a specific book that brought them into it, or just like
I think
seeing the fan base?
I think just seeing the fan base. And what's crazy, like I haven't read a book yet. I actually started Mistborn recently. So far it's really good. I'm a few chapters in, so I really don't know much, but I'm starting it because this is so interesting to me.
Are they like big books? Or they
are big.
Interesting.
He's not turning out. He is insane, and I just marvel at him. And
he's just like intuition writing.
Yeah, he just goes. He is very, very, very good at just going and having these crazy word counts, and it works. But everyone wanted it. Everyone bid on it, and it was like an insane bidding war. But he eventually went with Apple TV.
Interesting.
He went with Apple TV, one, because he enjoyed like the Apple originals they've been putting out, but two, because they're letting him be the showrunner and also the write the screenplay for the film. So he has a few different series. One of them, Mistborn, will be a feature film, and then hopefully probably a trilogy, right? So hopefully it's gonna be 3 movies, but he's writing it all by himself right now. And then eventually I'm sure they'll get other writers on to look onto it. But he has final say on everything. And then he'll be the showrunner for the series that's it's a different one. It might be The Way of Kings, but apparently it's all part of this like the MCU. I think it's called like the Cosmos or something like that. But it's basically the new MCU of fantasy. But there's going to be movies and shows of these different characters at the same time. But he took with Apple because he will have final say, and that like has never happened before. This is so new. That is insane. Like Sarah J. Maas, Suzanne Collins, all these people, like Divergent, anything like that. You don't get control because like these people don't trust you. They think you don't know better. But Brandon was like, I'm not going to give you any of this unless you have. He knows what it needs, and he has seen all these things flop, like Shadow and Bone.
I didn't even read those books. They
had the perfect cast.
I was so mad because I was so into it.
I'm still upset to this day.
I like won't read the books because they canceled the show.
Literally, it's so sad. There was another show that happened.
Every single time I see a Netflix post about like a new thing, 90% of the comments are like, bring back Shadow and Bone.
Yes, Shadow and Bone. And there's another one that they're pissed about. Every time Netflix posts, they are in the comments. It's so funny. Oh my gosh. But yeah, Brandon would never side with Netflix because they cancel everything after one freaking season. Yeah. But it's like an unheard of deal. And they're letting authors step in and like take this control. And not just be the only one, but he's writing the screenplay and going to have people in Hollywood who do know how to transform it, into these 2.5 hour long movie adaptations. But it's just so exciting seeing like a change happening because like there's never been a change really. And I think Uncle Rick Gordon saw that for the first time they did the movies. Yeah. And he was, I imagine, pushed aside. Like, I don't think he had a good experience on that. So it's really cool seeing that transformation because it's so important. Like, it does well. You have that IP. Yeah. And you just got to do it right. Because when you do it wrong, it's going to flop.
That's why it's going to be so good for us. Because we started as filmmakers.
Exactly.
And so we're going to know how to adapt it.
Exactly. I think it's just so exciting seeing things changing in the industry for better when most things are like for the worst nowadays in the art. So it's just so inspiring, and I'm really excited. But he has really great videos and like lessons on writing.
Was he the one who you were telling me about who like is a professor now and makes stuff? Yeah.
Yes, he is also a professor. Maybe not currently because he's taking this on now, but he was a professor for years at some kind of college, and he for 1 year of that course, a semester of this fantasy writing course, he live recorded each lecture and no, you're good, and post it all to YouTube for free. Like these people pay
that's crazy
tuition for these classes, and he put it out for free. These videos have hundreds of thousands of views. It's incredible information that you're getting straight from the horse's, Brandon Sanderson's mouth. So it's so helpful for writing, even if you're not doing fantasy writing, even if you're not doing book writing, just anything about writing and like the industry insights, how to make plot, how to make characters like relevant and relatable, just anything you think of. Great free resource to any aspiring writers out there.
That's so interesting.
But I just love seeing all these new deals happening. I didn't look into this, but I swear to God, oh my God, who is it? No, I can't even say it because what if I mess it up? I think
you heard me say Ben Affleck, so
okay, no, but I think the guy from Sinners, and I can't believe Michael B. Jordan. I want to say Michael B. Jordan is involved.
He's Fourth Wing.
Is that what it is?
Yeah,
because I swear it was doing something with
like producing and then in it or something.
I swear it was that for
he just talked about it on I think Jimmy Fallon.
Oh my God, I swear that was something also with this Brandon Sanderson deal. Maybe I'm crazy, but yeah, I love that they're doing stuff. Maybe it was
Fourth Wing.
Maybe it was Fourth Wing and not Brandon, but I mean, okay, so he's doing Fourth Wing.
Yeah. Which I haven't read Fourth Wing, but me and Brynna were just talking because I just read ACOTAR for the first time.
I just got her to read
Court
ACOTAR.
of Thorns and Roses.
Thorns and Roses.
I did read it in a couple days, and I'm obsessed, and I got the second book today.
As you should. And
it definitely wasn't what I expected it to be from the way the internet described it. And I was really into it.
This second one is insane. Just what all happens. I'm very excited to hear you and what you have to say about it. But
I love watching fantasy stuff because I feel like it's one of those things that's very immersive and it's perfect escapism.
Yeah.
But it always has really good storylines.
I know.
And I don't know, I feel like especially the writing of this book in general was just really good.
It's so fun. It's just it's been the only solution that got me out of a reading slump. Like, it's not the best book in the world, but dang, it'll get you out of a reading slump.
Bad reading book rut.
Yeah. Anytime someone says that, I got you. Read this. Yeah. It's something about it cures all. I don't know. Yeah. But even with fantasy, like, there's a new Game of Thrones show out.
I did hear that.
So fun. Still haven't watched it yet, but I'm watching every edit and clip from it. Oh my God, it's so good. And it's so fun. And it's Game of Thrones.
I keep seeing ads for it.
It's so fun because you haven't watched any Game of Thrones or House of the Dragon, right?
I tried watching Game of Thrones 2 times. 2 different times I tried, and I just couldn't. I couldn't get into it.
Damn. We lost a real one.
Yeah.
I love it. But that new show is really, really great. Even though I'm not watching it, but it's really great. That's another thing I wanted to talk about. I am going through something, and I'm curious if anyone else is going through this, but I am having a burnout of consuming media. Oh,
you were talking about that.
I don't know what it is.
I feel a little bit the same, weird. But I am a repeat watcher.
That's the thing, and that's like a problem though, because like I need to grow as a person. I need to experience new things. Like even Fallout. I love the games, the stories, everything. I love the first season of the show coming out. Fallout season 2 is happening right now. God, every day I was like, I can't wait for Fallout season 2. I can't wait.
I remember that.
I've watched 2 episodes, and my boyfriend keeps trying to be like, all right, girl, let's sit down and watch Fallout. I have told him no 5 times. And it's gotten to the point where he's like, are you okay? Like, you love Fallout. Like, what's wrong? And I'm like, I don't know. I love Ella Purnell. I love Maximus. I love literally every character. I think it's such a fun world. I love the IP. I feel like disgusted trying to sit down and try to watch something I know I'll like. And I don't know why.
I wonder if it's because I feel like we have such an insane amount of access to media. Like, we've now realized how repetitive stories are. And you kind of like already know where it's going.
I don't know. It's very subconscious. And there's even one of my favorite shows.
It's like you crave something new, but like nothing can really be new anymore.
Yeah. One of my favorite shows, Jujutsu Kaisen. A new season is coming out right now. I'm watching every scene and clip and edit of it. And like I know because the manga is already out for years. I know things that happen. I'm so excited to watch it. Like some of my favorite characters are doing my favorite things in the whole storyline right now. I haven't even started it. And my coworkers is like, girl, you need to sit down and watch it. I'm like, I know. And I'm just not. It's really weird. I go through these ruts, I guess, with like creating.
We just touched toes.
Ew. Fuck. Sorry. That was terrible. Sorry. Oh. Didn't like that.
I didn't like that either.
We touched toes.
Well, I was like, I went to move when you went to move, and it was just like,
but I'll do it with, I switch back and forth, I flip-flop between consuming and making. Like when I was writing this newest script, you couldn't sit me down in a chair and tie me up and get me to write this thing. Like I was like, go ahead and kill me now because I can't do it. Yeah. And then one day I was like, just did it, and it was amazing and so fun.
Yeah.
And now I'm kind of having the same thing, consuming it. And it's like, this is what makes me me. This is my thing, my passion, my livelihood. Not my livelihood, but what makes my life worth living. Not my livelihood. And I can't even get myself to relax and enjoy something.
Sorry, I keep yawning.
Yeah, it's supposed to be really boring.
It's because I've been talking a lot. I just start yawning when I talk a lot.
Right. But I'm going through something, and my boyfriend will wager it's that damn phone. He's probably right. But it's something like mental happening here.
What if it's like long form content versus like,
yeah,
I don't know. I relate, I feel like in a different way though, but for a different reason. I really hate this whole like limited series kick that we're on in the industry right now. Like I want a 23 episode per season.
Is that what a limited series is? Like fewer episodes, not just like I thought a limited series was like a season, 2 seasons.
It's like
that.
Yeah, but
you missed the 20 episoders.
Yes,
like Grey's Anatomy.
I'm kind of like putting them in the same category right now because of everything. Like I hate the like we're gonna put out 8 episodes and then you wait 2 years for the next season. Like I don't care. I stopped caring.
It's real.
And I like sitting down and having like some stupid little filler episodes that I can sit and like do work while I'm watching. Like we were just talking about this that Netflix literally said, and it's why she was making fun of me for saying Ben Affleck, and we're not even gonna talk about it, don't even say anything. But Matt Damon was like, yeah, Netflix has this clause of like you have to repeat.
It's a clause?
It's a clause in their contracts.
I thought it was like so you should like do this like but a clause.
I'm almost positive. I may not be.
That's crazy.
I heard it was that, and then they were like, so we're not going to do that.
That's crazy.
But it's like a thing that they do for their films is you repeat the plot like 3 times minimum throughout the film because they're making media for people who are on their phones. And I'm like, why are we doing that?
That is soul crushing. Oh my god.
Because you know why I'm on my phone? I'm on my phone because you told me the plot 3 times and I'm bored.
Exactly.
So anyway, just this whole like we're curating for people being on their phones instead of making
engaging content
that makes you get off your phone.
Yeah.
Because there are movies and shows out right now that I will put my phone down for because I want to know what's happening. Like if I got on my phone and I look up and I suddenly don't know what's going to happen or what's happening, hey, there's this thing called rewind. and I can back it up and figure out what I missed. I think it's also a big reason why like our whole generation kind of, I don't know, whole generation, but a lot of us watch with like subtitles. Do you watch with captions?
Yes.
I also do.
I need them.
I think it's like,
I can't even see the scene without my captions.
It's like a double digest. And it was funny because someone was saying, it was like a TikTok. It was like, I wanted subtitles with my audiobook, and then I realized
so that's just gonna be books.
That's just gonna be
book. My god.
But I almost got it.
No, but I see
like, I want to hear it and follow along. So it's like get book but also listen to audiobook.
Get book, listen book.
Get book, listen book. Follow along book.
Like, it's like story time, like in kindergarten.
So I think it's like, I don't know, I think it's easier to, not easier, but I feel I like digest more of what people are actually saying. And also it's funny because when I'm watching with my parents, they're like, why are the subtitles on? And then halfway through the movie, they're like, what did they say? Turn it up. Turn it up.
Exactly.
I go, now if we had the subtitles on.
Every parent does this. And you just have to bridge that gap and get over that hump. And then you can actually understand what's happening.
Yes.
Crazy thought, crazy venture. But no, that was so prevalent. That was so prevalent in the final season of Stranger Things. Ooh, how are we going to defeat Vecna? I'm going to think. I have an idea.
The power of friendship.
Yeah, no, but this is the idea. Okay, double down. This is a can. This is a toaster. Like, let's talk about it using dioramas. And then Robin's going to go, so you're telling me if we take Vecna and, so it's just the three-peat of the literal plot. And it's just crazy. It's just crazy. We don't need it. We don't want it, and we don't need it.
No.
I don't know. Thanks so much for watching and listening. Please go ahead and like, comment, and subscribe. It helps us out so much, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye. We said,
we said, hey, no one actually knows it's 11 o'clock.
I know. I'm tired.
I'm ready for bed.
That part.
So, good night. Good night. I told you I was going to have a stroke by the end of this.